Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is that you're watching this video. There's been some changes since my last video. If you watched it, it was on a big F-250 I bought. Turned out to be a lot worse. Turned out to be a lot worse than I thought it was, and I kind of started getting that hint while filming the last video. The rust, it was incredibly rusty. I ended up trading it off for just a regular Silverado half-ton that I'm going to use as just kind of a truck. So that's kind of what I wanted anyway. But so yeah, big red Ford's gone. Garage is essentially done. I've also got a new vehicle that I kind of mentioned in the last video as well that we're going to talk about in this video. Not really a lot to do with it, more of just kind of, hey, look what I got. Not this car. You can kind of see an emblem back there, but if you didn't watch the last video, it is a 1998 Corvette, C5 Corvette. It's white. It's on the other side of this Mustang. We're going to look at it in just a minute. I actually bought it 6 to 8 months ago, something like that, during the period of time when I was trying to buy my house, and ended up buying the house, and then started immediately remodeling this entire garage. So I haven't had a lot of time to really do videos, haven't a lot of time to do any things with the car. So we're gonna try to get back into that. But I don't have a lot of history on the car. The guy that I bought it from, it's got a comp cam. It does have an intake. I think it's MSD. I don't know. We can look at it. Like I said, I haven't done a whole lot with it yet. It did have long tube headers, off-road X, to some boreless straight pipes. It was loud. Here's a clip. So, as you can see, it was a very loud car. It sounded awesome. Loved the sound of the car, but it was hard to really go anywhere, at least where I'm located, without the risk of getting a ticket. Now, some of y'all on YouTube don't care about that, but I don't want to pay for a ticket. So, as much as I love the sound of that straight pipe, exhaust, I did pick up a set of Borla S-types. Stingers, and they sound really good. So here's what it sounds like. So that was a clip after I installed it. By far the easiest exhaust install I've ever done using my new quick jack setup. Those are fantastic. I'll look at those at a later date, but so easy, and it's a good sound. It is, not as radical, not as aggressive as these straight pipes, but it has a very nice tone to it. And here in the garage where that was filmed, obviously it's quite echoey, but you get the gist of it. I mean, you've heard a C5 Vette with a cam in it all over YouTube. A lot of guys run it, and there's a reason for that. It sounds great, runs great. It's actually fairly easy to do on an LS. But anyway, yeah, so let's look at the car. There it is. My 1998 C5 Vette. I'm sure you already noticed there's some drift stitching going on the front bumper. Honestly, the front bumper is going to probably get replaced. My plan with this car, it does have the Z06 wheels. Bad rear tires, front tires are iffy. I got another set of tires. My plan with this car is to do a complete new paint job. It just needs some love. As you can see, the emblems are all dry rotted out. The paint overall isn't bad, with one exception, and that is, like I just said, the front bumper. Front bumper's kind of rough. I think it's just going to be easier. I don't know if it shows in the camera, but it has the spider web cracks all in the paint. There it is right here. You might be able to see that. I don't know. But I think it's going to be easier to just replace the bumper. That way I don't got to worry about trying to fix the crack there. But yeah, so that's coming. I've actually already ordered the bumper. It'll be here at some point. I will probably go ahead and do all that work and paint it and put it on just so I can drive the car this summer. I probably won't start the full paint job until this fall or winter. But oh, there's another issue too. That's actually fairly common. A lot of guys who don't know any better, when they take it to a shop, if the shop has not worked on low cars or Corvettes or anything like that, they tend to lift them and the arm of the lift ends up crushing the rocker there. And unfortunately, this entire car is fiberglass. Well, I guess you could say fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your skill level. It is fiberglass, so it is fixable. That's actually not too bad. They do make that entire piece. But I'm not gonna have to do that. I think that can actually be repaired. Previous owner at some point did break a mount for that fender. There is some damage to the underside of the door where the hinge goes. I can't actually get a camera in there to show you, but yeah, you can't even tell. But it does drop when the door opens, so that'll have to be fixed. As you can kind of get the gist of it, I got this car for a really good deal, but you know, it comes with its own set of problems and needs. Inside, black interior. The seats are junk. The driver's side seat is actually on the passenger side because the power mechanism, I don't know. The guy said it broke and it was more expensive to replace, so he just swapped seats, which I guess that's fine. I don't really care. I'm going to replace them. A lot of guys use those Corbeau A4s in here, so that's probably what I'm going to throw in. We'll see. I also thought about giving some of those real cheap eBay seats a shot. I don't know if you've noticed, but you can pick up a couple set of seats with brackets for like $259, $260, something like that on eBay. Now, obviously, you get what you pay for, but is it worth a shot? I think it may be. There may be quite a few reviews on the YouTube here that I've just not seen, but I don't know. I may go with the Corbeaus out the gate, or I may try the eBays just to, you know, get a feel for them. It is a 6-speed. The odometer says it's got 140 some odd thousand miles. I have no idea if that's true. No idea if that's true. The previous owner told me that the motor has been freshened up. Again, you can't verify that. You kind of got to take someone's word for it, and you never want to do that. It does have, I was wrong, it's not MSD, it is the Fast. Who owns Fast? Is it Holly? I don't know. It's got the Fast intake, which a lot of guys say is a really good option. Would I have bought it if it was me? I don't know. They ain't cheap. He did do the LS2 electronic throttle body upgrade on this one. VRM intake. Bigger fuel lines, long tube headers, some no-name long tube header. I don't know what they are, but they sound good. It does have MSD coils on it. Mechanically, I think the car is pretty sound. It runs smooth as can be. But let's. I know you heard a clip of it a minute ago, but let's get a current clip. That was with my cell phone. Let's get one with my camera here and see if it's any better. It may be far too loud. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. All right, let's give that a minute and see how long it's going to take to jump this thing. I guess I should have checked this before I started making this video. Oh well, it's proof. A true cold start. Let's give it a shot. I have no idea how that sounded, so I went ahead and decided to back it out so I could get a better sound. Anyway, so I think it sounds pretty good. You tell me what you think. It's obvious, like I said, it needs some love, but I think it's a really good bass. I have no idea what the goals are with this car. I'm not actually going to start really doing a whole lot to it until I'm done with the Mustang back there. Video on that coming very soon. We're about done, ready to start putting the supercharger on. Once the supercharger install is done, other than a few odds and ends, I don't got a lot left for that car. I may sell it. I think my goal is I'm either going to get an old classic hot rod like a Nova, or I'm going to get a dragster, build an engine for that, and start racing. In my past, I grew up drag racing. Our family drag raced. We had a variety of cars. Life gets in the way, things change, and I'm in a spot in my life now where I want to get back into it. So whether that's going to be with an old classic, muscle car like a Nova, Chevelle, that kind of thing, or if it's going to be with, a 235-inch dragster. We do a lot of bracket racing. We don't do a lot of heads-up stuff around here, but that's the goal. So no idea when that's coming, but it is coming. So I don't have a lot left for this video. Showed you the Corvette. It's a good bass. I think it'll be a fun car. Lots to do with it. I can't wait to give it the full paint job. Well, I take that back. I say I'm going to do a full paint job. I haven't even done a paint correction on this yet. So once we get the bumper done and painted and installed, I'll focus on kind of seeing what I can save with what's already here, and then we'll decide what to do from there. New wheels and tires for sure. New seats. I'd love to throw an A&A supercharger on it, but I don't know. There's some other things I'd rather do first, and that's not exactly cheap. So, if you like this video, hit that like button below. Feel free to comment with your thoughts and suggestions. Let me know what you think of the car. Let me know what you think of the sound. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Until next time, thanks.